Over 7 years, GT Academy has taken the best gamers from around the world and transformed them into professional racing drivers. Winners have gone from virtual to reality, competing around the globe, winning podiums and racing in the top class of the biggest races on the planet. The Racing Experiment has gone on to be the most innovative driver development program in the world and has embraced gamers from over 30 countries worldwide, producing more winners than ever. But there have been errors, crashes and failures. For every podium, there have been retirements. Not every winner in GT Academy has made the grade. This year, to make sure they succeed, we will follow the team as GT Academy goes back to basics. Romain Sarrazin beat over 100,000 gamers who entered GT Academy to win a professional racing contract. He's now in the intensive driver development program with the aim of gaining his international C racing license and reaching the level required to race a full season against experienced pros. He's learning everything about racing both on and off the track, including how important teamwork is in motorsport.
Teamwork is everything. The right team atmosphere is a winning element. And it's that atmosphere, actually, which helps the drivers more than anything. And that's what helps them relax.
Everyone's that passionate about motorsport within the team. If you haven't got that passion, you wouldn't be able to do this job because you spend more time with your teammates than you do with your family. So it's crucial that everybody gets on, everybody knows their role and position within the team.
We wouldn't go racing without teamwork is basically the bottom line. The tyre guys preparing the tyres, making sure they're ready to go on at a moment's notice. The refuelers making sure the car has enough fuel, right down to the other end of the spectrum, the drivers, and making sure they do a good job and that the decisions are made on the pit wall that enable them to do a good job. Everyone has their job to do, and provided everyone does that correctly and everyone does that professionally, it makes the weekend a heck of a lot easier.
To enable the GT Academy winners to race, they work with team principal Bob Neville and his RJN Motorsport team.
Bob is a wise old owl. He has had hundreds of drivers through his care. He is globally recognised and respected within endurance racing, and he's crucial in terms of the driver development programme. He's the kind of Yoda character in the big scheme of things. We can put our Luke Skywalker gamers alongside some of the very best driver coaches in the world, but Uncle Bob is the man that they look up to and respect most.
RJN are a great team because it's a family environment, we're all close-knit together. It's a great place just to come in, learn your trade and improve being a racing driver.
Team principal Bob uses the drive development program to not only develop the GT Academy winners' skills, but also the younger junior members of the race team too.
We go racing in a driver development program with our new Academy winners, but I make sure that I'm not just giving them a run. I'm also sending young engineers taking responsibility for the first time and young mechanics, trying to let everyone get the experience. You've got the guys who look after all the tyres. Normally I put the university students on that because I think that the best grounding in the world for them is to understand racing tyres, temperatures, pressures, wear, all these sort of things.
To enable the rookies to race, there's a large team of people needed every time the GT Academy winners go out on track.
If we were going to take sort of a skeleton crew, you would probably look to have, say, 1 or 2 engineers, an engine guy looking after sort of the engines and electronics. We tend to have 4 mechanics per car, so we'd have the #1 mechanic looking after the mechanic team. They're there changing tyres, refuelling, making sure the car is ticking along nicely, basically, and is able to go out on track for its next run. Of course, team owner Bob is always present, and the driver mentors. That would sort of be the skeleton crew in order to make these cars run on time, on the button, reliably.
There are some other guys involved, like logistics help for all the travel, hotels, food. That's basically the team. 20 guys roughly for 1 car, 40 for 2.
Winners of GT Academy have come from all over the world to race with Bob Neville's team near Silverstone. This can be a huge change in lifestyle, and often for the young drivers, this will be the first time they've lived away from home.
Once you win GT Academy, you're expected to move near Silverstone to complete your driver development course to drive race cars. For the guys coming into the UK for the first time, probably a bit more difficult moving away from your family, of course.
Yeah, well, I think they've coped very well. I think the thing is they're really, really busy. Personal tuition, media training, fitness training, and I'm sure they do feel homesick, but they just take it on board, they really want to succeed, and it just manages to put all that to one side, all that sort of normal homesickness, all the things which are a hurdle to climb, really.
Frenchman Romain also has a language barrier to overcome. He needs to communicate with the race team in English, his second language.
We got slightly caught out with Romain on the language. I think we assumed he understood more than he really did. He's young and he didn't say, look, I just don't understand what you're saying.
I was brought in to help him communicate because his English isn't that brilliant. And I work with his mentor, Olivier Pla, in Abu Dhabi. He understands it, but he doesn't communicate that well. And sometimes he says yes to things that he shouldn't be saying yes when we ask him if he understands.
C'est mouillé parce que c'est très glissant, les vivres à l'extérieur. Non, je veux dire dans le virage. Ah non, dans le virage, c'est bon.
Happy?
Yeah.
English is the language of international motorsport, so I think he's going to have to work hard on his English to make it all work.
Communication's vital. It's a team sport. You sit down with the engineers, there's 3 drivers at every Blancpain round, and so you have to be able to communicate.
Romain's living with International GT Academy winner Australia's Matt Simmons, and that's helping to improve his language skills. They're also both adjusting to life in their new home.
We are in the DDP apartment. It's a nice flat, actually. It's 20 minutes from Silverstone. In France, I was living in my parents' home, so it's the first time I live by my own. I missed it a little, but I love what we are doing here. So yeah, I feel like home.
We get along so great. He's really relaxed. Nothing ever fusses him, so it's great to have someone like that there. But then there's no grip. You're just like, there's none. It's good motivation too. We go to the gym together and we work hard, and we're both wanting the same goal, and it's to continue racing, and this is the opportunity they gave us, so it's awesome to be able to share this experience with him.
My main activity is to eat. I eat a lot. I have a lot of carrots.
As well as carrots, the young graduate's expected to maintain a healthy diet as part of his fitness programme, but this hasn't come so easily to Romain.
We have to have healthy food because we are athletes now, so I miss chocolate. I ate a lot of chocolate in France. I hate cooking. All I cook is disgusting, but we're not a good cooker, even if I'm French.
The rookies must also use their spare time to prepare for upcoming training and race sessions.
Normal evening for us is a bit of rest, really. Bit of dinner, bit of food, and then homework. I reckon I'd crash. I'd go on the wrong gear. For us, it's all about trying to learn and prepare for the weekend coming up. It's easy with the GT3. I have my 2 hands on there the whole time, and I'm just bang, bang, bang. Because there's no way I could brake later because I wouldn't have enough time to gear change at the moment.
We are looking at videos because it's good to know the track, to look at our mistakes, to watch what the other drivers are doing. It allows us to have a lot of information about racing and race cars, so it's really important for us.
One way that Bob Neville helps the new drivers integrate fully into the team is for them to become totally involved in all areas of RJN motorsport.
We do encourage them to get hands-on with the cars. It's not really that they are learning about the car or engineering or anything like that. We just think it's a good thing to keep their feet on the ground, really, and work as part of the team. And if the team and the mechanics that work very, very hard for these guys like them, it only helps with the atmosphere and the team spirit.
So the radiators in theory has got 2 feeds. Okay. Uses this one here, and then also it's got the direct feed up here.
Their integration into the race team is key. It not only helps them sort of get acquainted with the car, even just sort of mucking in with the lads is brilliant. That's exactly what we want to see. And all the time they're interacting, having a bit of a laugh with the mechanics, with the engineers. It's great. It's all making relationships.
The brakes were okay after the race?
Yeah, hopefully they're fine.
Okay. We don't expect the guys to be able to change a gearbox in their particular race car, but it's very important that they understand the basics and the dynamics of the car. So when they come in from a session, they can speak to the engineers and the mechanics. They can diagnose a handling characteristic in the car and may be able to offer some form of idea or guidance to how they can maybe change the car to improve its overall handling. So a good understanding of springs, damper rates, etc. Is very, very useful.
During the Spa 24-hour race, having some mechanical knowledge and the team working all together helped GT Academy winner Wolfgang Reip when, just 5 hours before the end, his car stopped out on track.
And that looks like it could be the end of the run for the 23 car, Wolfgang Reip.
Suddenly, the car just turned down everything, nothing anymore. I was there, well, what's happening here?
I would say that's into retirement with 5 hours and 15 minutes remaining. Once it goes behind the wall, it's never going to return.
So it looks as though that is the end, sad to say, for the car that won at Paul Ricard.
With the car stranded out on track, it looked like the race was over to the Team 2, but there was a remote possibility that Wolfgang could fix the car.
The regulations allow the driver to work on the car. It harps back to the good old days, you know, when the driver had tools in the car and he really could do something meaningful.
With this in mind, Wolfgang and the team set about fixing the car by the side of the track.
I spoke to the mechanics and engineer on the radio to explain the problem, and they told me, yes, there is a toolbox in the car. We think it's a fuse problem.
Where we're going?
Alex, who's a bit of a keen ex-motorcyclist, leapt on a scooter, took a mechanic, and he went out there and he said to Wolfie what to do.
I replace the fuse.
Bring it to me, the grey box!
The team work out it's a fuse on the fuel pressure pump that's failed, and that needs to be replaced.
Fortunately, we tie-wrapped into the car one or two little crucial pieces.
Take this relay out, and in your tool bag, there's a new relay. You have a new one. Change that.
I had to follow the map because there are many fuses, and just took 2 of them. I replaced them.
Turn the master switch on and try and start the engine. Go! Go!
Turned the engine on, everything was working, and I came back to the pit.
I'm slightly surprised that Wolfgang Reib has taken instruction from the Nissan garage and has managed to get it to restart and get it back up into the pit.
Normally when a car stops out there, it's finished, you're out. I was so pleased. That was an amazing effort from him to get that right, not to just sort of throw his gloves down.
Well, the car's back in the race. It didn't take that long, did it, once the team got it back, to put Wolfgang Reib back out again.
With the car back in the race over the final 4 hours, the team was able to climb back up to 8th position in class, earning them valuable points for the championship.
We did score 4 points, and in the end, we won the Blancpain Championship by 4 points. So, it says it all.
Join us next week when we look at how the rookie drivers deal with the dangers of motorsport and how Romain overcomes his first crash.